Staying fit on the road feels like a constant fight against jet lag, hotel food, and a crazy schedule. It's a grind. But what if I told you that you could have the energy, the presence, the confidence, and the physique that matched your professional success? My name is Dominic, and for years I've worked with traveling professionals like pilots and lawyers to help them get into Bond-like shape. And along the way, I've figured out a system that actually works for people who live out of a suitcase. And in this video, I'm going to share 10 one-minute habits that will show you exactly how to build a shredded physique while traveling. Habit 1 is the morning sun habit. What this is the moment you wake up, ideally within the first 30 minutes, go outside, get some sun exposure. This is the single most effective way to regulate your body's internal clock and also reduce cortisol, which is often spiked during jet lag. Lower stress levels help with fat loss. Vitamin D is also great for testosterone production, which again helps with fat loss and muscle building. The second habit is the pre-flight hydration. What this is essentially drink one big glass of water or water bottle before you head on the plane, drink as much as possible on the plane, and then once you land, have more water. What most people don't realize is that when you fly at that altitude, your body dehydrates very quickly. And this can make you feel fatigued, foggy, and tired. So naturally, the solution, by drinking more water, you'll feel less fatigued, you'll have more energy, it boosts your metabolism, you also feel less hungry, and it improves your cognitive function. Habit number 3 is the protein first rule. What this is you want to commit to a protein source as the first thing for every meal. Why? If you don't already know, protein is the building block for building muscle. But more than that, it helps regulate hunger because protein takes longer to digest, and it actually has a higher thermic effect of food, which means that it basically uses more energy to digest and so burns more calories. I will say that it's not massive, but can still help. The main reason is because you will feel less hungry, you'll improve fat loss, and you will improve building muscle. The fourth habit is the half plate mental model. When out at a business dinner or anywhere else eating out, commit to half your plate with protein and vegetables before considering anything else. This is an important visual cue to help you prioritize what your body needs first and help you be less likely to consume the high fat, high carb, other options that are often available. My go-to when I go out is a nice steak. I like my fillet, or even a sirloin is beautiful. And I have my veggies on the side, and I do mix in carbs after, but that is my priority. Habit 5 is the post-meeting power walk. Yeah, this sounds quite fancy, but all this is after a meeting, get up and go for a quick walk to the bathroom, or just around a lap around wherever you are. If you have more time to take longer walks, like 10, 20, 30-minute walks between meetings, that's amazing too. And what I've done recently, between calls and stuff, I literally go out and I sprint up and down the hallway like once. And then I come back, I feel super energized, and I get back to it. The reason this works so well is when sitting so long, you tend to have bad posture, but also it helps with blood circulation, which then helps with better energy. And walking is proven to help with appetite suppression because it releases certain appetite hormones. And so you feel less hungry and you feel more productive getting back to work. Habit 6 is the airplane mobility flow. All this is during a long flight, just get up, twist your ankles, stretch a little bit, walk up and down. When you sit for long periods of time, you will tend to be stiff, and this will help with blood circulation, but also overall just feeling better. Because again, sitting for long periods can just make you feel tired, fatigued, and very stiff. And also when you land, you'll feel more ready to actually do a workout rather than not. Habit 7 is the 1-minute pre-workout prep. I see so many people do this wrong. They don't prep ahead of time, they reach the hotel and they're like, what am I gonna do? If you don't prep ahead of time, you are giving yourself a way out. And if you give yourself a way out, you are less likely to actually do the workout. So actually take the time before you head on the trip. What does the hotel gym look like? Do I even have a hotel gym? If not, what other alternatives can I do? I genuinely believe that the reason most traveling professionals don't see results when it comes to building muscle is they don't prep ahead of time. And it's actually a lot simpler than you think. And this is what we take away for our clients. Like, we do everything for them. We search the hotel, or they let us know the hotel ahead of time, and we base a routine around that so they don't have to think. But if you don't have the support, you can just research ahead of time and then build your own structure. But the point is, you want to be prepared so that you reduce the willpower required and the friction once you get to the hotel. Habit 8 actually ties into this, which is the something over nothing habit. Let's say you get to the hotel room and they don't have a gym. Most people in your situation would then switch on the TV, they would go downstairs to the lobby, or do nothing. But that all or nothing approach will keep you stuck. I like telling my clients, rather do something over nothing, because I'm so big on identity. Like, who are you? Are you the type of person that still does things, still shows up, still is consistent, regardless of the circumstance? So even a 20-minute bodyweight workout, a 5-minute ab routine, or anything of that nature, even a 20-minute walk, you are still reinforcing the identity of, I am a healthy person. I am someone who prioritizes their health. And that identity will then show up when you don't feel like it, because identity influences your behaviors, and your behaviors, your habits, influence the outcome that you're looking for. And habit 9 is the jet lag reset breath. After a long flight, you jet lagged, naturally cortisol rises, you're stressed. What do you do in these situations? I'm such a big fan of meditation. I like meditating for 5 to 10 minutes daily. This helps me recenter myself, collect my thoughts, but also reduce cortisol and stress. And that is so important for performance, for your hormones to regulate properly, but both, again, performance, but also fat loss and building muscle. But if you don't want to meditate, what you can even do is a simple technique, and this will take 1 minute of your time. Breathe in, hold it for 4 seconds, like breathe in through your diaphragm, and hold the breath for 4 seconds, and then breathe out. You do this a couple of times, not a couple, maybe a few more, for about a minute, and I promise you, you will feel so much more relaxed afterwards. Definitely worth your time. And this leads me on to the final habit, habit number 10, which is the sleep concierge kit. Especially for my pilot clients, I always tell them you need to be prepared and you want to optimize sleep. I tell them bring an eye mask and some earplugs, because you will never know where you are, what the circumstances will be. The reason this is so important is because sleep is genuinely a superpower. It's the foundation for not just building muscle, losing fat, but longevity, feeling better. Even your quality of sleep is directly correlated to the amount of willpower you have. Sleep is just a superpower. So you want to make sure you're putting yourself in the best possible position to have a good night's sleep. Dark room, no noise is a big part of that. In conclusion, your greatest barrier isn't willpower, it's a lack of systems. I genuinely believe that we cannot trust ourselves to act in our own best interest, especially when you're tired, you're fatigued, and your emotions are all over the place. And that's where habits and systems and support and accountability comes into play, because they remove the emotion and they still allow you to achieve what you really want despite the circumstance. I like saying, if you need willpower, your systems are trash. If you build the right systems, You can build a Bond-like physique. You can have the energy, the presence, the confidence, and a physique that finally matches your professional success, no matter where work takes you. I hope this was valuable. What I'll actually do for you is I will outline all these habits in a document down below. Feel free to check it out. Other than that, I will see you in the next one.